Excellent. Wow. What an intro. I never had intro music before. I feel like I'm on a late night show. I just want to thank you, Delia and Bach, and all the organizations represented today for the opportunity to be here before you. And I'm super excited to get in front of all these beautiful brown people, wherever you might be from. My family is from Haiti, and I grew up in Boston with Bobby Brown and Mark Wahlberg. And my parents basically said, look, all we want from you is for you to graduate from college, let's see, have a baby, and probably stay out of trouble, right? Don't go to jail. So I did pretty much all those things, just not in the order that they expected. And in the last few years, last 10 years, as Delia said, helped women and immigrants and minority business owners generate sales and create sales processes. And that's what we're here today to exhibit. Now, I'm going to challenge myself and try to work with two people directly, but I'm going to need your help. If you have sales challenges, and you need some help, we're going to do it right here, right now. Type your name in the chat, the name of your business and your sales challenge right now. Name of your business and your number one sales challenge. Remember to write the name of your business and the sales challenge in one message so it's easy for us to take a look at. Some beautiful business names. Just need to also see your sales challenge so I could pick the right person to work with. So, Delia, I told you I had no slides, but I just got so hyped up uh, joining around 12 or so that I'm going to present a few slides while people type in their business name and their sales challenge. Is that okay?
It is okay.
All right, I'm going to share my screen real quick and show you what I have to offer here. Boom. Okay. Let's see if we can just get to that. All right. Sorry about this. I'm trying to get out of the Zoom thing. All right, let me stop sharing. Let me pause the share. Stop sharing. I just want to make sure I get on the right thing here. Okay. Boom. Here we go. So, what I wanted to take some time to share with you is the DNA of a sale. And we're going to take it back to Aristotle. We're going to go ancient with what sales is all about. So, Aristotle had something that he liked to do when he was making an argument, right? He has these three different pieces of an argument. You have pathos, logos, and ethos. Pathos is all about the emotion. That's the first thing you should do. People buy from emotion, no matter what nobody tells, what anybody tells you, emotion comes first. Then they justify with logic. They buy for an emotional reason, then they justify that purchase with logic. Right? So if somebody's looking at your product or service and they see, there's a compelling thing that makes them want to buy your product or service, and it makes sense, right? There's an ABC 1, 2, 3. Then they have to look at your character and trustworthiness, right? So then that's where that comes in. So pathos, logos, and ethos are what people are looking for. Now, another way of saying pathos, logos, and ethos is hook, story, and offer. The hook is all about getting your customers' attention. They need a reason to care about what you're selling in the first place. The story is helping the customer understand, how does this product service actually help me create a result that I want? Then the offer is the exchange. I'm going to give you some value and I'm going to ask for value back, right? So if that offer feels off, they ain't going to be with you, right? So this is a very simple framework. In fact, we're using it in our boot camp, which started yesterday, our sales boot camp. This is a very simple framework for you to sell your product or service. And what we're going to do is we're going to, hopefully with two people, go into what they're selling and try to understand how they're selling it by using this framework. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to come back. Let's see.
So Derek, will you need them
Yes.
to speak? Because I'll need to unmute them. Is this a
Yes.
vulnerable like,
Yes.
so when you tell
Correct.
me who their name, I'll unmute them.
Okay. I'm just looking through here. Somebody's sales challenge is customers and clients. Okay. 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 Interesting. All right. All right. Lois and Fats ice cream sounds super interesting. So let's see if we can get Eric Day with a E at the end of day. Can we unmute him so we can learn a little bit about Lois and Fats ice cream?
Good morning, good afternoon, should I say, to everyone, and thank you for bringing me on stage. Yes, Lois and Fats Ice Cream is an artisanal ice cream product that is handmade, small batches from an original recipe that I created myself. And the flavors revolve around family desserts that my mom and dad grew up with, hence the name. The name is representative of my mother's and father's family nicknames. And basically, my mom was known as one of the best chefs in the family, the best cooks in the family. And, our home was where people always gather for the best, flavors and the best taste. So I
Okay,
incorporated a
I will
lot of.
stop you right there for time. So, Eric,
Yes,
first of all, I'll let everybody know this is all love, right? So if it sounds like criticism or whatever, it's all in love and helping you grow. So
absolutely.
that's where we're starting. So what you told me about Lois and Fats is everything about you and nothing about how it's going to help me.
Okay.
So can you break it down to the ground in one sentence? How does your ice cream benefit your customer?
My ice cream benefits my customer from being a non-commercially produced product um, that is from an original recipe in small batches.
Okay, interesting. Hmm. Okay. Um, and how? That's not. It's kind of compelling, but a lot of people can say that. I'm looking for a hook that really resonates. So I feel like there's something missing. So is this recipe passed down from generation to generation or something like that?
No, this recipe was devised and created by myself after months of research and development. I'm a chef of 30 plus years.
Beautiful. Okay. What's your favorite flavor? What's the most popular flavor?
The most popular flavor is a toss up between Southern banana pudding and I also have a sweet potato pecan.
What was the first one?
Southern banana pudding.
And sweet potato pecan?
Yes,
Those sound like black people flavors.
absolutely. That's my family. My
See,
family's Southern.
see,
Yeah.
okay,
Sounds
beautiful.
like solo.
Now,
Nice.
now we got something. Okay. So if I'm a Southerner, right, and I want ice cream that hits me in the South feelings in my gut, right? I want this. I want to go back to the South. Maybe I'm not from I'm not in the South anymore. I'm in New York, right?
Right.
And because it's weird that people in colder climates tend to eat more ice cream. It's a very bizarre thing,
Absolutely. Yes,
right?
yes. I tell people all the
So
time.
I'm in New York. I'm from the South. I'm in Boston. I'm from the South. I'm in Minnesota. I'm from the South. And I want a taste of the South in ice cream. A taste of the Black South in ice cream. Boom. That's a hook. Do you feel that's a little bit more compelling than small batch, everything you just said?
I do, but also because I'm a native New Yorker, although my family is from the South, I
Yes.
also incorporate flavors from the multinational network of friends that I have in the cuisines that I understand and enjoy. And I also
See,
translate
that's
that to ice
about
cream.
you and not about the customer. The hook is
Right,
always about the customer, not you,
right.
right? Now you can have all those flavors. I'm not mad at that. You just need something that's going to bring people into the door.
Okay,
So if it's as simple as ice cream that gives you a taste of the Black South, tell me more, right?
okay,
I don't need to hear anything else to be interested.
cool.
Got it? So
Yes.
that's a hook. So now tell me a little bit about how it's made.
Okay. Well, I pasteurized my own base from the original recipe.
Hmm.
And also I utilize in terms of how it's made into the actual production or just what
It's a
ingredient
very good
quality.
question. I asked you a trick question.
Yes,
So we always thinking about the customer, right?
right.
So you touched off on um, like sweet potato pie and pecan pie are things that in the Black culture people really get off of, right?
Yes,
So if you told me, so as a customer, I'm thinking, oh, how does that work, right? So you have to do shortcuts and say, um, as a customer, you want a taste of the South. That's desserts like pecan pie and sweet potato pie. And we take those flavors and we put them into our ice cream, right? So
right,
it's the situation is I'm a customer. I want Southern desserts except in ice cream. And then the action you take as a business to help me as a customer is that you put those flavors in ice cream and you make sure it's small batch, it's not mass produced. So it's going to taste authentic like your grandmother or your mother's um, desserts. When you
right.
knew it was handmade, right? And
Yeah,
she made it, it was not from a factory,
right, right. And
right?
that is exactly what it is. And I'm not communicating that
It's
accurately, but I'm
okay.
kind of on, the
Yeah,
spot. But
yeah, I'm
yeah, I follow you.
it's all love, right? So what you want to do is you want to have a situation which is your customer. This is the story part, hook story, the story. The story is your customer's in a situation, they want a southern dessert, um, and they're tired of just getting the same old thing. They want something cool. I have not heard of anybody making ice cream like this with these kind of flavors, right?
Right,
So automatically you're going to get people's attention with that. Then you say you put it into the ice cream, you make sure it's small batches so it tastes just like your grandma cooked or your mom cooked when they, they did 2 or 3 days just to make the Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner or whatever it might be. And then how do you deliver this? How are people buying ice cream for you?
my ice cream business is set up as direct to consumer and also event catering.
So does that mean you deliver? How do people
Yes,
get the ice
yes.
cream?
My business model has, since it has been a side business, I've been a full-time employee. It's always been direct to consumer through delivery. I sell pints only, or
Hmm.
quarts or gallons for events or parties.
So I can go to your website, I order the ice cream, and you send it to my crib.
Well, not through the website, but I was doing it through social media.
Okay, interesting. That's challenging because I got to be on social media at the time that you're publicizing to see that offer.
Right, because I'm a one-man operation and I can only
Hmm.
produce a certain amount. And therefore, my goal, after exceeding goals to the point where I know I needed to grow, the goal has been now I need to scale up to really meet a high demand and promote the business
Are you selling out the ice cream that you have right now?
Well, right now I'm not in production. I haven't been in production since last year.
Okay, so that's step one. Scaling up is not your problem. Selling the ice cream that you have is your problem, right? So now we got to look at potentially where can you, where are your customers already at that you can go to so that they can buy from you, right? It's Black History Month. A whole bunch of companies or individuals want to celebrate Black History Month. That's the theme of this conference. You should be like, yo, who wants some ice cream? Black History Month, Black Southern flavors. Holla at your boy. Reach
Right.
out to like 100 companies and say, who wants some ice cream?
Right, I understand that, but I'm not operating at any at all in terms of right now. I'm reestablishing my business footprint, and the main focus is there's a challenge with producing dairy. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing. So it's not quite easy to use commercial kitchens because they don't have the proper equipment. There's a lot to it. It's not as easy as
I understand. Start where
right.
you are with what you have. Because everybody here has challenges and problems, right? It's
Right.
just figuring out how much can I produce right now and how can I sell whatever my max capacity is right now. How can I sell that and who can I sell that to?
I understand that.
Because it's easier to start selling and then your customers, if they think your product is good, I want some, then they can start suggesting to you other avenues to help you solve all these different problems. But you always want to be in a place of, let me sell one person, then let me sell two and three and four and five. Then when you max out, that's when you have a scaling problem.
Yeah, and I've experienced that. I've been selling for over 4 years that way.
Yes, but it doesn't necessarily sound like you're selling right now.
No, because I put my energy in a direction of raising capital to just power forward and open this kitchen.
That's a waste right now. Because if you're trying to get capital, they want to see sales. Sales
Right.
always comes first.
Okay.
Always. Got it?
I see.
Sorry, very quick. I want to get the second person.
Thank you
Uh,
again.
but
Appreciate your
thank you,
time.
Eric. Really appreciate your time there.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Let's see if wow, we got a lot of folks here. Let's see. One more person. Uh Creations Resources. Asseray Burke. Can we unmute Asseray Burke? I can't see the last name. I'm sorry.
Yes, peace and light, everyone. Can you hear me? Hi, guys.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yes, go
awesome.
ahead. Yes.
Yes, so my name is Azure Burke Bullock, and I am
Okay.
the CEO and founder of J Creation Resources.
Beautiful.
I just started working with Bach,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm just starting off with my business pretty much.
Love it. Love it. And in a sentence, what is your business?
So I provide a few resources. I do a lot of community work, and I connect people to legal counsel. I also provide donations to the community with goods that I sell, which are clothing. We have electronics, so it's like a secondhand store that I have.
It's kind of tough because when you're a lot of things to a customer, it's like you don't focus on one thing, and they may not trust that you can do one thing really well if you do a lot of things, especially if you're starting out. If you had to pick one of those things to focus on that you really enjoy, what would it be?
So right now it seems that my secondhand business is taking off. So that's what I've been doing. That's where a lot of my focus has been at after working with my business coach, Delia. And so that's what I'm focusing on is the secondhand business.
Okay, and what kind of items are you actually selling?
So we have tons of clothing in the forms of children, women, babies. You know, we also have household goods, like I said, electronics.
Yes.
And it's growing now because we buy auctions now.
Got it. And where are you doing this?
So I used to do it at flea markets. I also was doing street vending,
Mm-hmm.
but because of the weather and all that's going on, I actually love the street vending because I find freedom there.
Sure.
But also because of COVID, the flea markets are closed down. So really, it's just been like word of mouth.
So how are you transacting business right now? Are you in Facebook Marketplace? How are people finding you?
So, like I said, it's pretty much word of mouth right now. So,
Yes, that's the most
um,
dangerous word in sales. Word of mouth can mean anything. So how did the original person find you? Was it was in person?
yeah.
Okay. And what are you doing now to find new people?
So right now I'm going on attending events like these. I'm, working on networking more, being more consistent, and just I guess wait, say that one more time for me. That last part.
So no, you answered the question. It's like, what are you doing now to find new people?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I've been checking on hiring someone that can assist me with marketing. They have, interns. It's so many different people out there that could assist me
Yeah.
because I'm not
So
really good at that right now.
understood. So the more specific you can be, the easier it is to sell.
Okay.
So as I was saying with Eric, right? Before it was like, I don't know who his ice cream was for. But right now, what I'm trying to do with you is narrow down
Okay.
who your clothing is for, right?
Oh yeah, I have
Right.
that.
I got a son. He's 10 months old. I guess yesterday he's 10 months, right? Um, and we're constantly changing clothes because he's a baby, right? And
Hmm.
so we have to like reach out to friends and family, and we're trying our best to move clothes back and forth so you could be in the baby business because that's a big thing. Or you can be specifically working to help a specific person. Who is that ideal customer that you want to buy from you?
So I don't know if this may be too wide, but I'm looking to assist people in the low income communities. I'm looking to assist people in NYCHA, single parents, shelter, people in shelters. Um,
Okay.
so pretty much the low income, I guess what they would say minority group.
How
Um,
much are you selling these clothes for?
so recently, because I have bought auctions, I'm getting it in bigger quantity. So I've been doing things from $1, $2. It nothing really goes past like 25 to $50 right now, besides other things. Like I just sold a coat for 800. You know,
Interesting.
it was worth 13 and I sold it for 8.
So a $1,300 coat, you sold it for 8. Was this donated to you?
No, I buy auctions.
Oh, okay, you buy from auctions and people buy from you.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so the challenge here is it's kind of all over the place in terms of what you buy and what you sell,
Right now, before it used to
right?
only be clothing.
Right. I like the coat idea and the jacket idea because it's at least one item. It has value. You don't have to sell a lot of them to be profitable, right? How much did you buy that coat for?
I didn't buy it individually. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I paid like $15 for the unit.
Excellent. So you're buying storage units and you're selling the things in the storage unit. Is that what it is?
Correct.
And are the storage unit primarily clothes or do they have a whole bunch of stuff in there?
A whole bunch of stuff. That's why I said now I expanded to all different type of categories.
Got you. Okay. So the store you should be in Storage Wars and all those
I know.
shows and
I'm working
right?
on it. I'm working on it. I got a story behind it.
All right. So the thing is, it's a crapshoot. You don't know what's going to be in that locker. Sometimes they have a list of items in there, and you can sort of figure that out. But you got to pick one thing that you absolutely love to sell, and if it's not in the manifest or in the list of what's in there, you don't sell.
Mm.
That way you can get really good at selling that one thing. And people can come to you because they know that when it comes to coats or whatever it is, you're the person to go to.
So how do you work with that? Because that's how, once again, that's how it used to be. Like they knew I was the
Yeah.
person to come to for the clothing and the
Yes.
footwear and stuff like
Yeah.
that, especially baby items. But now,
Yeah.
because I expanded, they're starting to know me as, also because I have a jewelry business with my daughter that I do on the side. So
Mm-hmm.
so they just know me now as the community activist that I could come to
Yes.
and give them my list of whatever I may need.
Right. So, for example, if you're on Facebook, right, and you say, hey, these are the 10 items I have right now, who wants to buy, right? You can do something like that once a week, and people know, if the items are profitable to sell, you sell them. But if you want to build a business that really, 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 really lasts, you specialize. You pick the one item you want to specialize in that you won't get tired of talking about. Some people are sneakerheads, some people are coats, a lot of people are on shoes. I bought a coworker a book, was it a calendar with 366 pairs of pumps, and she loved it, right? Because that was her thing. Pick one thing and then look for the storage lockers or wherever you're going that have that thing and focus on that. And you can do this nationally because there's a lot of different websites where there's auctions because of COVID and all that kind of stuff. And you want to pick something that's profitable. If you sell 5 or 10 of them, that's all you need to sell all month because, generally speaking, it's hard to sell stuff. You got to list it, you got to make it look good, and you want it to have, you only have one life, right? So
Right.
you want to sell something you actually enjoy selling because
Right.
work is a decent amount of our time. But I think your challenge is finding the one thing you enjoy selling that's actually profitable.
So can I
'Cause-
say this? This
yeah,
is all in alignment, and I appreciate this space
yes.
because this is what I've been working on and seeing what my community wants, and what they want right now is quality furniture. And so
Oh,
my
okay.
husband actually just came on board with myself, and so
Mm-hmm.
he's a driver. So we're trying to incorporate that into now a delivery service, um, and working on that online stuff. So this is all in alignment. And like I said, you're right on time with
Yeah.
all of that. So
Start where you are and with what you have. So if you feel like there's a need and a demand for furniture, literally post on Facebook. I say Facebook because if it's the gram, it disappears, right? There's a long feed and all that kind of stuff. But at least post on your personal Facebook,
okay.
send out a mass text or an email and say, these are my furniture items. Who's interested? This is the price.
Okay, I'm working on that. Thank you for that. Because like I said, social media is not my thing at
Yeah,
all. Like
you don't need
I
social
haven't
media.
been on in a year. I've been doing
Yeah,
business and not
you
on
don't,
social media.
there's your sign. You don't need it, right? Literally, if you have a business like that, if you do it right, you can sell one item a month and be profitable. It just has to be the right item.
Right. Yep. You're so right.
Because I'd rather you get used to selling one item, then you sell 2 and 3. That's a much more reasonable way to grow a business than trying to sell 100 items every month. It's just crazy.
Can I ask you this last thing?
Yes.
So some of the thoughts that was coming to my mind, because like you were saying, so that my community can know me and I have like some type of structure.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about, Wednesdays. They're gonna know that Wednesdays I'm only selling coats,
Yeah.
out there. I'm not even talking about the furniture. I'm talking about like my clothing, right? Because it's so much of
Yes.
that. So
Mm-hmm.
like Wednesdays, I'm the coat lady.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, I may be doing straight $1 everything, So I'm trying to work it out like that. So
It's that's a little too cute for me. I just want to know you for one thing. When you
okay.
try to get too clever, it's like you want to build consistency. Because as we're talking about with hook, story, offer, with pathos, logos, and ethos, right? Ethos is the last part. It's character. The more consistent you are, the more people trust you.
Hmm.
But if you're inconsistent, you're selling all kinds of things. It's like, I don't know if you can help me. right? So you want Azure to be connected to a specific item that people know you for. And I know it's hard because you want to make sales and you want to make money, but I'd rather you spend 30 days selling one piece of furniture that's going to be profitable than, you know, going crazy trying to sell clothes and trying to sell this and that. It's all about the numbers, right? If you can sell a piece of furniture and do $500 profit, right? Because you only need 2, 3, 4 to do well. And then you could scale from there. That's how you build a business. So I don't know how much time I have, Delia.
You are finished. We went over by a few minutes.
Okay, so I apologize. Obviously, I'm super passionate. This is what I do. So very quickly, we run a nonprofit, Duplessy Foundation. Our mission is to help 1,000 women, immigrant, and minority business owners get to $1 million per year. Okay. I'm going to offer up my time, 30 minutes for free to help you with your sales process, right? I'm going to put a link in the chat for this purpose, and you can schedule time with me on my calendar. Now, there's a caveat. The caveat is the what is it called? The catch is that I'm going to record it. Now, the good news is I'm going to share that recording with you right after the session so that at least you can remember or you can listen to it and understand what we talked about. But for educational purposes, because we're a nonprofit, the only way my board is going to be okay with it is if we can use that audio for a podcast. And we'll probably use it 1 year from now in 2022 so that we can share with other folks so they can learn, right? So we're an educational nonprofit. That's how we do things. So I'm going to share with Delia the link. Oh, come on now. Boom, there's the link right there. I'm also going to share it to everyone right now in the chat. Boom. I tried to boom. Boom, there's that link, right? So go ahead, schedule some time with me. It's Fridays and Mondays. I'm happy to chat with you. And I just want to thank you all again for your time and attention. And I hope and pray that this time was very helpful to you and helping you with your sales process. Oh, okay. Azure is not messing around. Boom. Love it. Thank you so much. The presentation was literally 2 pages on our deck, but if you want me to share those 2 pages on the deck, I'm happy to do that. I'll do that with Delia, and I'll put it together after the fact. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.